Hi everybody, this is Charlie Dobbins, and this is the next call in our Multifamily Investing Academy's Masterclass Elite Group Coaching Call series. This one is actually going to be kind of interesting because this is going to kind of give you a vision of something that we're trying to put forth in 2016 for all members of the Owner Forum. Now, for those of you that are trying to understand the two modules here, there are two programs within the coaching program within Multifamily Investing Academy. First one is the Masterclass Elite program, which is what these coaching calls are all geared for. If you're a member, and the second one is the Owner Forum, which is the one that's kind of like I like to call it multifamily coaching on steroids. But the Masterclass, if you're in the Owner Forum, you're automatically a member of the Masterclass. That's why you see the term Owner Forum here. But what we're doing is we're changing some of the things that we're doing for 2016 for the Owner Forum. There's also going to be an email that goes out in the next week or so regarding changes in pricing to the Owner Forum as well. Everybody that's in it now gets grandfathered in. Their rates will not change. But going forward, if you're thinking about joining the Owner Forum, the rates will be going up at the beginning of 2016. Okay, so but for that, we're looking to add new features and new cool things to the program. And one of them that we came across and we're doing is right now I'm interviewing a couple of different crowdfunding sites so that obviously when you get to the Owner Forum, you're doing deals, and when you're doing deals, you need capital. And everybody's always out there knocking on the doors of their friends and their family and trying to figure out, should I, send out an email blast? Should I, go to RIA Club meetings? All those types of things. And, what's happening is all these new programs out there called crowdfunding, and we're all trying to figure out what the next solution or whether that's something that we should be doing, whether, our students and our members of the Owner Forum should be jumping into that type of a platform. Now, the problem is that some of our new members are they're just doing one deal a year, or they're just trying to get wet with their first deal. And in order to be posted on a crowdfunding site, they might have to write a check for $5,000 for the property and then pay a monthly fee as long as they're trying to raise funds. That can get pretty expensive. Of course, everybody's going to be quick to say, well, the return is great because you're going to raise $1 million and you're going to spend $10,000 to do so. Like, yeah, but some of these new investors, $10,000 might be, their whole entire budget in order to get the deal done. So in that case, what can we do to help these people get on board, get some sources for crowdfunding platforms where it's not going to break the bank? And if I can take my collective bargaining power of all the students in my group, and we come up with a solution so that we can all sign up and join in on the one crowdfunding platform, and then we're going to do it. So I've been looking at a couple of different sites. I found one that I really like. I'm going to be negotiating with them. We're looking at a few others as well, but this one has a particular feature that you as a new investor who has never done a deal before wouldn't even know what you're getting yourself into, but I do, and I know that there are so many ways and landmines and minefields in front of you right now that if you don't do things correctly, you're going to get yourself into trouble. So if we can find a way that is going to systematize the process and make it easier for you so you don't step on any landmines, then I'm going to do everything in my power to have that done. And this particular website really does that, and it is so cool. Now, what I'm talking about as far as the landmines go is essentially the paperwork and making sure that all of your documentation is up to date, it's accurate, it's been signed, you have confirmation that that your investor has read the material, that they've received it. You've had confirmation that the person has been approved as a accredited investor, and you've done everything correctly every step of the way. And if we can set up a system so that that is done automatically for you, then man, we have to do that, because I don't want to see you make any mistakes that could get you into trouble with the SEC. So let me jump on over here to give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's jump on over here. And okay, so here's the, this is the program that we're talking about right now. The name of the company, it's Investor Management Services, but I'm going to show you their, their site in just a second. Let me jump on over to the services side. And here's an example of the type of documentation, how this program works. The way we'll do it is we will have a white labeled website for all the owner forum members. So if you're an owner forum member, your property will be put up on this website, and people will be able to come online and invest money in your deal. Now, the thing about that is that for you to get access to this owner forum member is all of your investors, all the people that you are looking to raise private money from. And remember, this is just a tool to help you. You still need to get out there and knock on doors and press the flesh and raise the private money. But when you get an investor who is interested in your deal, you're going to get them, you're going to direct them to this site, and you're going to get them to sign up with your property. Now, when they sign up, they are going to be able to look at all of the properties that all of the owner forum members are posting. So they may decide, I'm going to invest in some other property as well. And so, that's something you need to take into consideration. But people on the flip side, other owner forum members are directing their investors into this site, and other investors are going to be looking at your deal as well. So if you think, oh, I just want to work with my people, well, fine, go off and you can do that on your own if you want. But if you direct people to this site, they're going to have access to everybody's property as well. Now, that's you might think, well, that's a bad thing. No, it's actually a good thing, because not only is your property going to be seen from this site, but from our own connected site, but we're also going to see it on the larger crowdfunding platform of the company, so that everybody that's in this group can look at your deal and fund money into the deal. So it really becomes a true crowdfunding platform. Now, right now, the company that we're looking at that has this site, I think they said they have about 300 plus accredited investors in their system already. So right away, your deal is going to be presented in front of 300 people who have cash and can get involved in the deal. So that's what we're really looking for here. But in this particular platform, you can see it's got the different projects. This is your dashboard. You'd come on here and you'd look to see your property and see how well it's been funded and how much money has gone in there and what the expiration date. Now, also, and this is something that we're going to come back to in a moment, is this section called Documents, and also who the investors are. You can check to make sure that the investors have done all their documents. But that document view is key. That is what this whole thing is all about. I'll explain more in just a second. Let me scroll down a little bit more. This kind of gives you an example of what the dashboard is going to look like. Hopefully, I just lost the screen. You just saw that. Now it's spinning its wheels. There we go. So this is, it would say something up there like, MFIA, Investor Exchange or something to that effect. And so you direct people to that website. They come here. They click on Current Opportunities, Contact Us, and they can get in there and see your property. This really adds a lot of credibility to your business as you begin to grow. So this is one of the other benefits to this site I'm going to show you here is this is what, if you were to get on board with this, this is what people would see when they come to your property. You see everything about your property is right here. Nice big cover photo, tells you what the estimated rate of return is, what your estimated cash on cash return would be, the funding goal. They need to raise $2 million. They're already 1.44. You better hurry up and get in because it's going to be closing soon. It tells you more about the property, how many units, what the property size is. All this great information, all laid out really beautifully for you, so that you look like you're really a big deal in the business here. That's what we want to, that's where we want to get you to. Let me give you another example of some of the other types of reports that we see. Hold on, this is taking a little bit long. Here we go. I can't pull this up anymore, and you might have trouble seeing it. You can get to see, in this particular case, $625,000 has already been invested. Oh no, this is how much. This is an actual property. So what'll happen is you will keep this site up and running, and you will put on the financial returns of the property right here on site, so that investors can always come back here and track their returns and how well the property is doing. Now keep in mind, the other thing that it does here is when it comes time to generating the K9s, I'm sorry, the K9s. Yeah, I can tell I was watching TV last night. The K1s. You can post each investor's K1 right here on the site, so they can go in and download it themselves. So you don't have to deal with all this mailing or anything like that. You can take care of it all electronically right here from this site. So it's very, very slick. And then let me see if I can jump on over to the final thing that I want to share with you, which is the key point here. So hold on one second. Let me just go and track it. Bear with me here, folks. I will find it for you. Okay. Right. I'm coming up with a little trouble. What I'm going to do is give you an example of an actual company. Let me show you this. This is somebody that's actually using this site right now. So here is an example of what their website would look like. Now, this is what I want you to see. First off, you can take a look at their portfolio. They put in all their featured properties right here. Now, you can click on multifamily and see what they've got for multifamily right here. These are all their multifamily properties. Let's take a look at the one in LA. Tells you more about the property description. And just look at this. Can you see how would this make your business look if you have this type of information? You can contact the manager right away. It's currently owned by these people. Get up here. I want to show you the investment portal and what they do here. These are the deals that they're looking to invest in. Now, as you can see, these are the properties that the deals have already been reached. Look at these minimum investments. Some of the $10,000, very small investments in a crowdfunding platform, because you have so many people looking at these things. Now they'll look at it and say, hey, this one's only $10,000. I'll jump in this one. Maybe they'll look at this and say, oh, this one's $50,000. I'd much rather put, 5 10s and spread my money around. And you do that, and that's how your deal gets funded faster, because you got, one guy throws in 10 here, another guy throws in another 10. And the problem with that is that if you're looking to raise, $2 million, that's a lot of investors that you're going to have to manage at $10,000 a piece. But if you have a platform like this, everything is already automated for you. It makes it so much easier. So you can get down to those minimum investment numbers that on any other scale, you'd say, oh, forget it, that's just way too much work. But in this level, you can do it. As you can see here, these properties have all been funded. This one's already been sold. Let me show you how to do this. It tells you right away how to invest. Very simple. Sign up, create an account, receive email verification, you log in, and then you're going to self-verify the accredited investor status. So you don't have to do it. The investor is going to self-verify, and all of that information is going to be recorded here on the site. So whenever you get audited by the SEC, you've got all the information right in here. Then they go and they view the opportunities, they click on the amount of money that they want to invest in, and they hit send. The wire funds are right there on the screen, and that's all there is to it. And then from that point on, they'll have a username and dashboard, username and password to get into the dashboard and be able to view how their how their properties are doing. But as you can see here, they can invest. The investment tax documents are going to be posted there as well. Sponsor reports, next distribution date, and also any other new investment opportunities. So everything is taken care of for you right here. Now, because we don't have the login information, sign up is easy. This is all you have to do. Because we don't have this information right here, you can't see the actual process for verifying the documentation. Let me tell you something, folks. Think about what you have to do to get an investor into the deal. You've got to get them to commit, but then you've got to get them to sign all the documents. Otherwise, there's not going to be any easy way to track this stuff. You need to get them to sign off on the operating agreement. You've got to get them to sign off on the subscription agreement. You've got to make sure that they've documented themselves as an accredited investor. You've got to make sure all of these things are signed and sent back. You've got the wire instructions you got to get over to people, and you got to track the money when it comes in. I'm telling you right now, when you're dealing with 30 different investors in one particular deal, that is a full-time job. And so that makes it a lot harder on your end. You're out there trying to find the deal, you're trying to get the deal together, and then you got to play secretary with all of the documentation. It becomes a full-time job, and it's very tough to do. This type of site does it all for you. I'm telling you right now, take it from experience, that if you can have this type of automation and this type of systematization, then this is absolutely what you need to do. So this is one of the things that we have been working on with different crowdfunding sites so that I can get this. This is one of the things I've been working on with a couple of different crowdfunding sites to make sure that we roll this out in 2016. This is like the next step in the owner forum process. I mean, we got the key principles. We've got the earnest money program. We've got the access to our firm to help you with contracts. We're trying to do everything possible to remove the obstacles that get in your way from owning multifamily property. And I really feel that in 2016 we have to do this and make it available to everybody, because this is going to be the next step in the process. So that is, I just wanted to share that with you. Obviously, we're coming down to the next call will be the last one for this year. But if anybody has any questions, I'll love to hear them. You obviously know how to get a hold of me if you want to talk. But these are the things that I want to get rolled out for next year. And really, folks, that's going to be it for today's call. So if anybody has any other questions, just shoot them on over to me. I'm here all day, as I always say. And as usual, I forgot to give my caveat at the beginning of my discussion, which I'll do right now, and that is I'm a lawyer. I'm not your lawyer. Get a lawyer. And in this particular case, that's the other thing, and I've got to stress this, that even though all the SEC documents are put up here in this portal to make everything easy, it is not a substitute for having your SEC attorney draft the documents. So you still need to have all of those things done correctly. So don't cut corners. Make sure you do that. This is nothing more than a system and a portal for making everything work smoothly, but it is not, they do not draft security documents. That's all on you, and it always will be. Don't lose control of your business. So hope that was helpful to everybody. I'll be around all week, and obviously next week I'm taking a little mini vacation, but I'll still have access to all my phones and what have you, so if you need to get a hold of me, I will be available. But let me know if I can do anything to help you out. That's why I'm here. And I will talk to you all later. Thanks.